We are live, we are live, we are live for the Champions League 2023-2024 group stage draw. And I can't believe it. My club, Arsenal, are involved for the first time in what, I want to say 6 years. I feel like the last time we won the Champions League was 2017, right? Which basically means the last time we got drawn in the Champions League group stage was 2016. So it's been a long time coming, but we are back and I cannot wait. Now, am I nervous? A little bit. But to be honest, the way I look at it has always been, to be the best, you got to beat the best. I want to win the Champions League. I've never seen my club win the Champions League. So I don't mind who we get, man. Give us whoever. I genuinely don't mind. Give us the big boys. Give us the Bayern Munichs. Give us the Barcelonas. Give us the Napolis. I don't care. I've got faith in my team, Arsenal, that we're hopefully going to pull it off. That's just my thoughts on it. But yeah, we can see that I've got split screen me here, right? The Champions League live update. So I'll be following it along as we go. The pots wise, pot 1, Man City, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Benfica, Sevilla, Napoli, Paris Saint-Germain and Feyenoord. Pot 2, Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, Porto, Manchester United, Dortmund, Leipzig and Arsenal. Now, I don't know about you guys. Let me know your thoughts in live chat. I think pot 2 is harder than pot 1. Let's be real about it. Since they changed the format so that its league winners are in pot 1, and then obviously club coefficient goes from there to like pot 2, 3, 4, etc. Pot 2 teams are tougher than the pot 1 teams. I think we did better to be in pot 2, to be honest with you guys. So if you look at pot 1, right, we can't get Man City because obviously they're another English club. Obviously, we can get every other team basically, but it's not that hard. You can get a Benfica, you can get a Sevilla, you can get a Feyenoord. I'd be happy with any of those 3 teams, to be honest. Then obviously pot 3, you got Shakhtar Donetsk, AC Milan, that's a tough one. PSV, another tough one. Red Star Belgrade, RB Salzburg, Braga, Lazio and Copenhagen. So from that pot, you want to avoid Milan, PSV, and Lazio, to be honest, and maybe Shakhtar Donetsk as well. And then pot 4, your young boys, Galatasaray, my Turkish team, Newcastle, Antwerp, Real Sociedad, Celtic, Union Berlin making their debut, and Lens as well. So from there, you basically want to avoid, for me, I'd say Real Sociedad, they're the toughest one in that group, to be honest. But I can't wait, guys. Let me know your thoughts in live chat because this Champions League draw, I think it's going to be really, really interesting. It starts in about 3 minutes from now. I've got it split screen me, so I'll be able to see everything that's going on. I want to hear your guys' thoughts as well. Whether you're an Arsenal fan, Manchester United fan, Newcastle fan, Man City fan, or a fan of any other club, please do let me know. Who do you want in your tie? Who do you want in your pot? Now, for me, before it starts, I'm going to give my best possible Arsenal draw and my worst possible Arsenal draw. Now, best possible Arsenal draw in my eyes would be Feyenoord, obviously Arsenal in pot 2. It'd be Red Star Belgrade in pot 3, and it would be Young Boys in pot 4. That would be my best ever draw for Arsenal. That is a clean sweep. Now, the worst possible draw, the group of death, would be, in my eyes, Bayern Munich, and then obviously Arsenal. Third would be Lazio and Milan. I'm going to go with Milan. And then pot 4 would be Real Sociedad. If we get that, that is a group of death. Absolute group of death. So we need to avoid those big boys genuinely. But the way I look at it is this, right? We came this close to beating Man City to the Premier League title last season. We've improved through the transfer market. Arsenal have improved. So we can't be very disappointed of who we get. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. So I don't mind, to be honest, man. But I would like to avoid the big boys like the Bayern Munichs. I don't mind getting Barcelona. I think we can beat Barcelona, to be honest. I think Barcelona are a little bit overrated, especially in Europe. I want to avoid Bayern Munich. I think we can beat Paris Saint-Germain. They've lost Messi. They've lost Neymar. Mbappe, is he going to stay? Probably, but is he going to have the same, same impetus to perform the way he does? I'm not too sure. So I don't mind who we get. Obviously, we're going to avoid Man City, which is a massive W because them not just inevitable. They're a quality football team. Pot 2 wise, obviously, we're missing all those teams because we're Arsenal Football Club. So I think we're going to be okay, to be honest with you guys. I think regardless, we should qualify. We should, let's be honest about it. We're pot 2 and pot 1 on paper should be qualifying to knockout stages. Now, Arsenal fans, United fans, whether it's Man United, Newcastle United, or Man City fans, or any other football fan, where do you want your team to go? Let me know in the live chat. I'd love to hear it. Arsenal fan here, I would be very happy if we reach I'd be happy if we reach the quarterfinals. I'd be very happy if we reach the semifinals. But honestly, I want to win it. Now, that is very, you could say, biased and optimistic. I know it is. But I've never seen my club win the Champions League. I just want to see us win it, man. The finals at Wembley, we're not going to, the stars are just aligning for me. So please, Arsenal, try and win the Champions League. Those of you who don't know, the Champions League format changes next season. So there won't be all this, this 32 teams and 8 groups. It's going to completely change next season with, I believe, is it going to be 36 teams now, I believe, and there's going to be like a massive group and you're going to play 10 group stage games. It's really confusing, to be honest. So the way I see it is this is the best time you can get to win the Champions League, because from next season, it's going to be more teams. It's going to be harder. That's the way I look at it. So if you're Arsenal, maximize it this season, man. I'm interested to see how we perform in the Champions League, because it's our first time in it in 6 years' time. I don't know what to expect, really. I'm hoping for the best, but who knows, man? Anything can happen in the Champions League. I'm just excited to be here. Luke, I appreciate joining the stream, my friend. Hope you're well. I'm doing very well, thank you. Champions League draw begins. It is indeed. It's 5 o'clock, so it should be starting any second now. Also need to avoid the big teams. You say that, but bro, who we get is who we get, man. I don't mind. Obviously, I'd like to avoid Bayern Munich and ideally Barcelona, PSG. But bro, if you're going to give it to us, man. If you're going to win the Champions League, you're going to have to face a tough team at some point. So there's no point hiding now. You'd rather face them in the group stage than in knockout rounds. That's the way I see it. So look, if you want to give us Bayern Munich, give us Bayern Munich, man. Let's reunite with Harry Kane. Brian, appreciate joining the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're going to win it. Bro, I hope so, man. I really, really hope so. Hello, Tom. Appreciate joining the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing really, really well. We're getting Bayern. It's written in the stars. Bro, if we get Bayern, we get Bayern, man. If we get, it's one of those things. I'm interested to see if Man City get a very easy draw again. Now, to be honest, it's Man City. So even if Man City get the best teams they could get, they're still probably going to finish top of the group because Man City are just that good. But I'm interested to see what type of draw Arsenal get, because we know that there's certain teams that seem to get very jammy draws. Not naming any names, Manchester United, not naming any names, but certain teams seem to get very easy draws, and other teams get stuffed every single draw. So I'm just hoping we get a nice friendly draw. But the draw is about to start. I've got it split screen with me right here so we can see the live updates going through. Let's turn this off. I do not want that to show. But yeah, the draw is split screen with me. I wonder what's going to happen. To be honest, guys, I can't wait. They're already delaying it. It should have started at 5 o'clock. I don't know why they're still waffling about. They got the panelists, Jolien Lescott, Owen Hargreaves. I don't know who the last guy is. But yeah, let's get into the draw, man, because I don't want to hear any of this waffle business. I want to see what my team Arsenal gets. Hopefully, we get a very friendly draw. And I also don't want to go jetting all over the gaff, man, because look, there's certain teams in this Champions League that are far away. I'm talking 3 hours at least on the plane. Nice and friendly draws, local distance. That's what I want to see, hopefully. Also, what's happening with Newcastle? Obviously, first time they're in the Champions League in a long time. Newcastle, fair play to them, because they've not gone the traditional route. Normally, you do what Brighton or Aston Villa do, which is you go from no European football to like the Europa League / Europa Conference League. Then you make it to Champions League. Newcastle said, forget all that. We're just going to jump straight from no European football straight to the Champions League. So fair play to them. They're going straight in mixy with the big boys. Let's see who Newcastle get. They're going to be in Group 4. So obviously, they're going to be in Pot 4. So obviously, they're going to get a tough draw regardless. But for their fans, it's obviously going to be a hell of a journey in the Champions League. Okay, it seems like it's about to start now. Let's see what's going on. Pot 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's get involved. Come on, Alexander Chefrin, bro. Get your ass over to the panel so we can start this draw. Come on, Arsenal, man. Let's get some friendly draws, man. I do not want to see Bayern Munich pull out. I don't want to see no Bayern Munich, man. If I see Bayern Munich, I swear down. That is the worst possible news that could happen. Arsenal fans, let me know in the live chat, who do you want to draw? Any other opposition fans, let me know who you would want to see your team draw in the live chat. I'd love to hear it. As I said, my favorable draw would be Feyenoord. It would be what's it called? Red Star Belgrade, and it would be the final one would be Young Boys. That's what I'd like to see Arsenal draw. If we get that, we're cooking. We're cooking very well. But if we get a tough draw, we get a tough draw, man. It's one of those things. I feel like the Champions League this year, you could get stuffed. Like if we get Bayern Munich, AC Milan, and Real Sociedad, that is a group of death. A group of death. I'm telling you, that's 4 hard teams. So look, let's see what happens, man. It's already past 5 o'clock. I don't know why they're delaying it any further. The Champions League draw should have started long ago. But look, it's one of those things, man. Let's see what comes of it. Okay, now they've got Sandoni's playing the piano. Like, guys, I just don't think we care about this. I just want to see the names get drawn out of the balls. I don't get why they do all this build up beforehand and like Donny's playing the piano and they want to do this and that. Just get on with the draw. That's what we want to see. That's what we're here to watch. No one is here to watch no piano playing or anything like that or saxophone playing. I want to see a Champions League draw. I want to see who my club Arsenal get. Hopefully we get a friendly draw and we go from there. 87,000 people are watching the stream, by the way. Not my stream, not the TNT Sports stream for the Champions League. So big up them for that. That's big boy numbers, man. But come on, let's get on with the draw. Like, they're still wasting time. Look, I started the stream at just before 5 o'clock. So I thought, you know what, 5 o'clock, they're going to be efficient. Bang on, the stream's going to start straight away. But nah, nothing like that, man. They're still delaying tactics. They're still doing all this piano playing and stuff like that. Asya Fateyeva and Bruce Lee are now performing a piece based on the famous Champions League anthem. Yeah, fair, man. Congrats to them. They're very talented in what they do. I just want to see the draw, to be honest, guys. That's that's what I'm here for. I'm here to see the draw. I'd love to see them get on with that. But in the meantime, your thoughts, live chat. I'd love to hear it. Whoever you support, let me know. Let me know who you'd like to see Arsenal draw. Let me know who you'd like to see your team draw in the Champions League. Also, Arsenal fans, would you rather see Arsenal win the Champions League or Premier League this season? If you had to choose. Now, obviously, it's no foregone conclusion that we're going to win either. I think Man City are favourites for both. But if I told you at the start of the season, look, you're going to either win the Champions League or Premier League, choose one. Which one are you choosing? I'm choosing the Champions League personally. I want to see my team win the Champions League. We've never won it before. But I hear some Arsenal fans that would rather win the Premier League. Fair play, I have no problem with that whatsoever. But I want to see my team win the Champions League. That's just my thought process on it. But yeah, Arsenal fans, do let me know your thoughts in the chat. Would you rather see Arsenal win the Premier League or Champions League this season? And any club as well, whether you're a Man United fan, Newcastle fan, Man City fan, what would you rather win, the Premier League or Champions League? It's a real good question because a lot of people say that it's hard to win the Champions League than it is to win the Premier League. And I get you. I get you because some people say it's easier to win the Champions League than it is to win the Premier League just because the Champions League can be based off luck of the draw, right? Rather than actually going and being on a 38-game marathon season. And I understand that 100% because we've seen, for example, Chelsea win the Champions League in, I believe it was 2019. Was it 2021 they won the Champions League, right? And let's be honest, Chelsea were not the best team in Europe to win that Champions League. And equally, we've seen other times where other teams have won the Champions League or where they have not been the best team in their domestic league. So I think the Premier League overall is harder to win than the Champions League, especially given how good Man City are, where they go on just unbelievable runs. So look, it swings in roundabout. I would rather win the Champions League as an Arsenal fan purely because we've never won the Champions League before. That is basically the only reason. If we'd won the Champions League multiple times before, let's say we've won it 4 or 5 times before, I'd probably say the Premier League just because we haven't won the Premier League in a while. But I just want to see my team win the Champions League, man. That's what I'm here to see. I want to see it happen in my lifetime. We've got a good chance this year. I'm not saying it's written in the stars. I'm not saying that we're going to be the team that wants to win it, to be honest. Sorry, I'm not saying we're going to be the team that's going to win it because, let's be honest, there's a lot of teams that are better than us. Man City are better than us. Bayern Munich are better than us. Real Madrid are better than us. But after that, I'd say Arsenal are probably 4th or 5th favourites. Now, I know we haven't been in the Champions League in a while, but if you look at our quality on the pitch and what we've produced last season and the improvements we've made this season, we've got a good football team here at Arsenal. We actually do. Like, there's no reason we should not compete in the Champions League this season. We shouldn't just be there to make up the numbers like a top 4 team. But like I said, anything can happen. We've got a bit of a European curse that's been going on for a while now. I want to see us break that. Eric, appreciate you joining the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing well. We want that Bayern Munich to destroy it and get revenge on what they did some time ago. Yeah, brother, I agree, man. Look, Bayern Munich obviously is a better team than last year. They've now brought in Harry Kane, who in my opinion was the one position they were missing at striker. I wonder what they're going to do at goalkeeper. Is Manuel Neuer back? I'm not too sure. But I want to beat Bayern Munich as well, man, because I've seen too much 5-1 losses, 10-2s on aggregates. I've seen too many Barcelona losses, man. I've just watched my Arsenal team. Whenever it comes to Champions League, we get whooped and embarrassed. And I don't want to see that happen anymore. I don't. Am I wrong for saying I don't want to see my team get absolutely bummed in the Champions League? I think I'm fair to say that because I'm only 21 years old, right? I've grown up. And when I first started watching football, I want to say it's about 2006, 2007. I missed Arsenal reaching the Champions League final in 2006. Like, obviously, I was alive, but I wasn't like conscious enough to remember it. I was only a baby. So I've only ever seen my team face heartbreak in European football and Premier League football, to be honest. So I want to see my team win the Champions League. That's what I want to see. Now, whether that's possible or not, I'm not too sure. But that's what I want to see my Arsenal team do, man. And whether it happens or not, I'm not too sure. But that's what I'm praying for. But yeah, come on, guys. Let's get on with the draw already, man. I started the stream at 5 o'clock thinking they were going to actually get on with the draw on time. But look, it's UEFA. Nothing's ever done efficiently, is it? I mean, they've been called out for cheating the majority of the time. Come on, man. I don't know. I don't get why they say that. They said that the draw was going to start at 5 p.m. UK time. It's now 5:09, and the draw's nowhere near starting. So I don't get why they catfish us with this. I don't mind if you say the draw's going to start at 5:20 or 5:30, but at least give us the right time. Don't say it's going to start at 5 o'clock and then you're running adverts and all this promotions for about 10, 15 minutes. I'd rather you actually tell us when the draw is going to start. I can't be the only one that has that thought process, right? But who's the team to beat in the Champions League? For me, I think Man City are favourites. You have to say they're favourites. I said they're going to win the Champions League last season. I've got all the evidence on my channel. Anyone that does not believe me, it's all there on my channel. I said Man City are going to win the Champions League last season. And lo and behold, they won the Champions League last season. This year, if I have early doors who I'm predicting to win the Champions League, I think it will be... who's going to win the Champions League this season? I'm going to go for Real Madrid. Early doors guess, I'm going for Real Madrid. Obviously, that could backfire. Obviously, it could be, who knows, man, like Bayern Munich could probably win it. Man City, obviously, are always going to be favourites to win it. But early doors, I'm going to go for Real Madrid prediction to win the Champions League. They just seem to win the Champions League every other season, it seems like. So I think my money's safe with Real Madrid, to be honest with you guys. But come on, man, let's get on with the Champions League draw already. Oof, come on. I'm not nervous, to be honest with you guys, as an Arsenal fan. I'm not, because I'm resigned to the fact that we're probably going to get tough teams. That's just the way it seems to be. But regardless, who we get is who we get, man. Who we get is who we get. Obviously, I'd love to get an easy draw, because that will give us a nice friendly route to the Champions League knockout rounds. But who we get is who we get, man. To be the best, you got to beat the best. That's always been my mentality. So I don't think it would be right to say you want to avoid the big boys straight away. Obviously, you don't want to draw Bayern Munich or a Real Madrid. Sorry, don't draw Bayern Munich or a PSG or Barcelona at this stage. But if you get them, you get them. It's one of those things. You can't expect to win the Champions League avoiding all the big teams. That's not going to happen. And I'd rather face them in the group stage than the knockout rounds. Because at least in the group stage, right? You play them over 2 rounds. You play them over 2 games, home and away. But you also play other teams. So even if you lose those games, you can still qualify through the other games you face, which are hopefully easier games. So if we face Bayern Munich in the group stage, we face Bayern Munich in the group stage. It's one of those things. Obviously, it's always a benefit to finish top of your group, because then you obviously face the team that finished second in their group, which is always going to be a benefit. But regardless, it is what it is, man. It goes either way. Now they're showing Man City win the Champions League. Fair play to them, man. I'd love to say I'm a Man City fan, but I'm not. Here's Jack Grealish getting very excited. By the way, can we say that Man City trophy list was one of the worst trophy lists I've ever seen of all time? For a team that's just won the treble, that Champions League trophy list was absolutely terrible, man. That had absolutely no excitement to it whatsoever. Okay, I think we're getting ready to start. I think we're getting ready to start, boys and girls. They're still waffling about it, man. Like we're now 12 minutes overdue from the start time, and they're still waffling. Can we not just start the group stage draw already? Like, I'm sorry. I think I speak for the majority of the fan base that does not care about someone's experiences last season. Last season was last season. It's over. Get over it, man. You've won your trophies. Now it's a new season. Let's get the draw underway, man. Come on, man. We're still waiting for this Champions League draw. God, this is unbelievable, man. This is 13 minutes of my life I'm never going to get back. I thought the Champions League draw was starting at 5 o'clock. They tweet everywhere saying 5 o'clock it starts, 6 p.m. Central European time. I'm thinking, right, I got to rush to get home at 5 p.m. to watch this. It's not even started yet. I could have been 15 minutes late and I was still not missing anything. Okay. Come on, let's get on with it. Come on. Oh, the final's in London as well. That's a big W, by the way. That's a big W, man. I can't remember, when was the last time the final was in London? Was it the Bayern Munich Borussia Dortmund game? Was that the last time the final was in London? I think it was, you know. I remember that game as well. Bayern Munich winning 1-0 last second to Dortmund. I wouldn't say it was a really good Champions League final, but it was a decent game. All right, cool. The people that are drawing from the pot are coming out. Abidal, big up Abidal, man. What a defender he was for Barcelona back in his day. 2-time Champions League winner. He's going to be drawing some of the names. I've got no problem with that, to be honest. He seems like a very competent individual that And Joe Cole as well. Yeah, classic Joe Cole, man. He'll find his way onto anything, man. At least it's not Jermaine Genius. That's the way I look at it. So Joe Cole and Abidal. Those are the two people that are drawing the names out of the pots, I do believe. I don't think you need anyone else. I think like sometimes they do 3 people drawing the names. I have no clue why. But this year it's only 2. Yeah, that's all you need, man. All right, they're coming out. The draw's starting. It's only 15 minutes late, but the draw's finally set to begin at some point. Unless I do a little talk with them or something like that. Right, they're coming out. But that height difference is crazy, man. Joe Cole looks so delighted. Okay. Yo, Abidal's got some white trainers on. This is crazy, man. This guy's got a suit with white trainers. That Champions League trophy just looks so beautiful, man. So beautiful. I want that trophy so badly, man. I want to see my club win a trophy. Next time, I will not go on an Emirates Stadium. Actually, no, I can't say that because it might not ever happen in my lifetime. I'm going to go on an Emirates Stadium tour when I see my club win the Champions League trophy. I want to see Arsenal win a Champions League trophy, man. Then I'm going to go on the Emirates Stadium tour. Now I'll give them a 3 to 5 year grace period, because if it's past, I don't think we're ever going to win it, to be honest. But I've never seen my team win the Champions League. I've been on too many stadium tours. I've been to Anfield. I've been to Old Trafford. I've watched in their trophy cabinets the Champions League trophy and just been envious. When is my club going to win the Champions League? Arsenal must be the biggest club to never win a Champions League. It has to be. Tell me a club that's bigger. I don't think there's a bigger club that's never won the Champions League than Arsenal. Teams like Nottingham Forest have won it, man. And Arsenal have never won the Champions League. It's an absolute travesty. We came so close in 2006. Obviously, red cards. I think Lehmann came out and said that was one of the worst decisions he made in his life, taking that red card. We still went 1-0 up and held on for about 70 minutes. But look, we lost to Barcelona 2-1. It's one of those things, man. But everything happens for a reason. We may have lost in 2006, but 18 years later, 2024, hometown Wembley, the finals there. Is it written in the stars for Arsenal to get it back in blood? I hope so, man. I really, really hope so. Are we finally going to get into the draw? I bloody hope so, man. Okay. Right. The live updates are coming through. Okay, now they're going to talk through the draw. I think everyone should know this. We're all football fans. We should all know how the draw works, to be honest with you guys. But if there's anything new, I'll keep you guys updated. The main Donny's going to talk through the process of the draw. I think it's probably going to be group pot by pot. It's going to go pot 1 teams, pot 2 teams, 3, and then 4. Then obviously teams from the same nation can't draw each other. That's pretty much how it is. But he's going to talk through his thing. I'll let you guys know if there's anything different than that. All right, Giorgio Marchetti, let us know what you're saying, my friend. By the way, yeah, 17 minutes late. Because they promised a 5 p.m. start time. They got blood in their hands, UEFA, for this, man. I've wasted 17 minutes of my life. I'm here for the Champions League draw, not the introductions and all that. 32 best clubs in Europe. Yep, we understand, my friend. Let's get on with it a little bit because some of us got places to be after this. Yeah, I understand. It's an amazing competition. Yep, Clash of Titans. Yep, he's waffling right now, talking about how good the Champions League is. Big up TNT Sports, by the way. They got 144,000 people watching their stream, man. That is fantastic stuff. And I've got 11 watching mine, man. Big up everyone that's watching this stream, by the way. If you're new around to subscribe my road to 5,000 subscribers, I will be live streaming after the majority of big Champions League matches this season. Make no mistake about it. I live stream after pretty much all televised Premier League matches and Champions League matches as well. Hoping for another brilliant Champions League season. And for once, well, I say for once, it's been 6 years. My club Arsenal back in it, man. I can't wait. I'm just hoping we don't get knocked out 5-1 to Bayern Munich again or something crazy like that. Losing 10-2 on aggregate and all that stuff. Okay. Yep. He's still talking about the draw, by the way. I don't know how someone can take 3 minutes to explain the Champions League draw when all he has to say is there's 32 teams, we'll draw them pot by pot, and teams from the same nation can't draw each other. That's all he has to say. I've done it in 10 seconds. My man's taken 3 minutes to explain that. Like everything about UEFA is slow. There's no efficiency with this corporation, man. No efficiency whatsoever. All right, here we go. Are we getting into something now? All right. Champions League. All right, go on. Donny's explaining it now. There's 4 pots. We all know this. That's common knowledge. Man City are the title holders and basically the favourites. Right. And it's the league winners that's going pot 1. They changed that a few seasons ago. Fair play, I understand it, to be honest. But now what's kind of happened is pot 2 for me is tougher than pot 1. That's just my personal thoughts on it. I think pot 2's got tougher teams than pot 1 if I had to look at it. Like, team for team, pound for pound, I think the pot 2 is tougher. Then obviously pot 3's got some tough teams. You're talking like Lazio, Milan, PSV. You don't want to face those. Shakhtar Donetsk as well. Then pot 4's got a couple red flags as well, man. Real Sociedad. You don't want to face them. And any other European teams, you don't really want to face Newcastle United, to be honest with you. They're a tough team as well. All right. They're talking about TV coverage and all that stuff. I understand it. Yeah, there's still, guys, they're still waffling, by the way, man. I'm timing when this Champions League group stage draw starts because I'm telling you guys right here, yeah. Next year, I'm not falling for that tweet again. The tweet said, I can't be anyone that saw it. 5 p.m. the draw starts in the Champions League. We all saw it. I'm not falling for that tweet again because I've just wasted 21 minutes of my life right here, man. I could have been out here doing stuff. I could have been out here making money, man. And instead, I've been sitting here for 21 minutes waiting for the Champions League draw to start. I wouldn't mind if they said it's going to start at 5:20, 5:30. I wouldn't mind, but at least be open, upfront, and honest. Don't say it's going to start at 5 o'clock and then you start waffling for 21 minutes because the draw still has not started. This is absolutely criminal from UEFA, man. They got blood in their hands for this one. I'm telling you. They're still explaining how they're still explaining how it works. It's not rocket. I'm promise you, it's not rocket science. There's 8 groups. There's 4 pots, 4 teams per group. You can't draw a team from the same nation. Teams from the nations get split up in separate pots so that TV coverage can obviously align both of them. And there's 1 team from each pot. It's not rocket science, I don't think, anyway. I'm pretty sure a 4-year-old can understand the Champions League draw, to be honest. Then a computer will obviously randomly, numerically decide what order the games are played, whether it's 1v2, 3v4, 1v3, 2v4, etc. That's all the geek stuff, to be honest. You get the teams you get. It doesn't matter what order you play them. It just matters what teams you face in your group, to be honest. Okay, they're going to do pot 1 first. Here's the teams in pot 1. Manchester City, favourites, understandable, won the treble last season, got the robot up front in Erling Haaland. You don't want to face Man City. Obviously, my club Arsenal can't. Sevilla won the Europa League. Europa League merchants. Most you probably don't mind Sevilla because they'll drop down in 3rd place to the Europa League anyway. FC Barcelona, these are overrated, I'm telling you, man. Barcelona have got a Fugazi about. I don't even think they're that good. Napoli next won the Serie A last season. They retain Osimhen. They retain Kvara. They could be a tough team to face for sure. Bayern Munich, you don't want to face them either. Obviously, just signed Harry Kane as well. They're always a decent football team. They always do well in Europe as well. Next, we're looking at Paris Saint-Germain. Obviously, won Ligue 1. That's nothing new. They seem to win it every season. They've lost Neymar. They've lost Messi, but they've managed to keep hold of Mbappe. Next, Benfica won the Portuguese league. Obviously, not the worst team to draw in pot 1. There's always a tough team, though, to be fair. They make it far in the Champions League. Feyenoord won the Eredivisie. Let's be real, one of the easier teams to draw. You wouldn't mind getting Feyenoord. That is all the teams in pot 1, all 8 teams. I'll be real with you guys, right? There's a few tough ones and there's a few easier ones. I wouldn't mind drawing Feyenoord, to be honest. Feyenoord, Benfica, or Barcelona. I wouldn't mind drawing any of those 3 teams. I think Barcelona are beatable, to be honest with you guys. I think Barcelona are very overrated. I do think that genuinely. But yeah, I think they're ready to start the draw now. Now, obviously, drawing pot 1 doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, right, it doesn't matter who you draw in pot 1. It's only when you get to pot 2, 3, 4 where you see what teams are then assigned to that team in pot 1. So the start is kind of inevitable, but it seems like the draw is starting. Joe Cole's picking them out. Give it a nice little swirl, my friend. All right, the first team to come out is, here we go. It is Bayern Munich in Group A. Okay. Bayern Munich in Group A. Obviously, you want to avoid Bayern Munich at all costs. But I believe the way they do it anyways, they do all the teams in Pot A first. So this first round doesn't really matter, to be honest, because it only assigns what group you're in, not the teams you face. Okay, Joker, hurry up, my friend, man. Come on now. There should not be any delay between explaining what team it is and the next team coming out the pot. Sevilla. Next Sevilla in Group 2. All right, who's the next team out the group? Next, we've got Napoli. Okay, Napoli in Group 3, or Group C as they call it. So you know what? I look at it this way, man. I think there's a lot of beatable teams. I think the Champions League this year isn't as strong as we think. I think it's been stronger in previous seasons. All right. Obviously, you don't want to underrate any teams, but you know what I mean, man. Benfica in Group D. So it's gone hard, easy, hard, easy. That's just the way it's gone, man. A and C groups of death so far. B and D is what you want to aim for. Look at all these Benfica doddies, man. All come with their red ties as well, maroon ties. What a bunch of geeks, man. All right. Second half of the Pot A draws. Feyenoord. Okay, that is the group to be in, man. Group E is the buzzword. You got to aim for Group E. Okay, Feyenoord in Group E. They're just happy to be there, man. Look at them. They're so delighted they're in Group A. I mean, Pot A. All right, next. I like Joe Cole's. It's starting to pick up the efficiency, to be fair to him, man. So big up him for that. PSG. Paris Saint-Germain in Group F. Now, obviously, Paris Saint-Germain aren't exactly the team they were in previous seasons. They've lost Messi. They've lost Neymar. I think PSG are beatable, to be honest with you guys. I think they're going to have a big fall from grace. Not that they ever won the Champions League, but do you know what I mean? Okay. Next is that Man City. Okay. Man City in Group G, I believe. Okay, so Man City is a team to beat. That's how it's got to be. So you want to avoid Man City if you're a non-English club. So you want to avoid Group G. And finally, that leaves... is that Barcelona the final team? I can't remember. Who's the final? Is it Barcelona? Yeah. Barcelona in Group H. Okay, Pot A's done. That was the boring part. Now, hopefully, we're going to get onto Pot B. This is where you get to see who's facing who. This is the real interesting part of the draw. Okay, so who's in Pot 2? Right. Let's go through them, man. Real Madrid in Pot 2. Look, the fact that Real Madrid in Pot 2 is crazy, by the way. That Real Madrid are Pot 1. Hallmark team. Manchester United as well in Pot 2. That's what I'm telling you guys. Pot 2 is harder than Pot 1. Who else in Pot 2? Inter Milan, another tough team. Obviously made the final last season. They're one to beat. Obviously, Italian teams always do well in the Champions League. They've got that good defensive setup. Dortmund as well in Pot 2. Bro, I'm telling you, Pot 2 is a tough pot, man. Very tough pot. You don't want to face Dortmund either. Atletico Madrid as well in Pot 2. Another tough team. You never want to face a Simeone side. They always seem to be good defensively. RB Leipzig as well in Pot 2. Another German team. Don't want to... I mean, I guess you don't mind facing them out of all the Pot 2 teams. FC Porto as well. Another Pot 2 team. They're always going to be up for it. I think they're probably one of the easy ones. And finally, the boys, man, we're back. Arsenal in Pot 2 as well. Come on, Arsenal, man. Back in Pot 2. Give us Feyenoord, bro. I'm eyeing up Group E. I'm eyeing up Group E if you're Arsenal Football Club, man. Avoid Bayern Munich, please. Don't get drawn out first, Arsenal. Let Man United get Bayern Munich, man. Let Manchester United get Bayern Munich, bro. They deserve Bayern. Give us Feyenoord, man. That's what I want to see. Okay, is it Abidal? My boy Abidal, man. Don't fail me. And is it Joe Cole? Whoever's drawing it, don't fail me, man. I want you to pick out Arsenal for Group E. I know exactly what you need to do. All right, give it a little spin. All right, if he draws out Arsenal, I swear to God, man. All right, the first team's coming out. This is where it gets interesting, guys. All right, who's it going to be? Come on, man. Come on. It better not be Arsenal, man. Oh, they can't even go Pot A. That was the anticlimax. They can't even go in Group A. They go to Group B, right? Bro, so I was like, avoid Arsenal because I don't want to get Bayern Munich. And it drew the other German team that can't even go in Group A. So I believe, oh, wait, no. Oh, so it's a different format. Oh, what is this? Wait, so hang on a minute. So they draw the team and then they draw what pot they go in separately. So it doesn't go in order. But that's just absolutely thrown me off. So what pot are Dortmund going to be in then? Oh, okay. So this has thrown me off, right? So then F, right? Who they with in F? So Dortmund have got Paris Saint-Germain. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. Dortmund and Paris Saint-Germain. That's a good group though to start. Those are two teams that can easily be like hit for tat, getting #1 position. All right, next team coming out. All right, Joe Cole, give us a nice friendly one, my friend. Who you drawing? Arsenal. It's us, boys. It's us. Come on. All right. Who can we get? We can get A, B, C, D, E, or F. Okay, so look. Avoid Group A and okay, look. All right, Abidal, my friend, brother. I've always loved you, bro. I loved you as a defender at Barcelona. I know you've done some terrible things against us in the Champions League. You better not draw Group A, man. If I see Group A, I swear to God. If I see Group A, I swear to God. B. Oh, that's Sevilla, no? Look at Vinay and Eddie, bro. Sevilla, I'll take that, man. I'll take Sevilla, bro. I will take Sevilla. That's good, man. They're not always going to the Europa League anyway. That's good. I'm taking that, man. Big up Eddie and Vinay in the crowd, by the way, bro. These are dead serious, man. It's like they got none of their expenses paid for, bro. No, they're missing their kids' weddings for this trip. Next, Atletico Madrid. All right, boys, I'm taking Sevilla. Let me know your thoughts in live chat. I'm happy with Sevilla, man. I'm very happy with Sevilla to start. Them lot will go down to Europa League anyway, bro. They know what they're doing, Sevilla. Every single time, man. They finish third on purpose. They want to go into the Europa League anyway. I don't know why they bother going into the Champions League every season. They just do it to get a route into the Europa League. All right, so I'm very happy with that. Now, obviously, you want to... Oh, that means we can't draw Real Sociedad either in pot 4. All right, this is cooking, man. We're cooking right now. So we can't even get Real Sociedad in pot 4, the hardest team. So I think we're all right, to be honest with you guys. I'm liking this draw so far. Atletico Madrid are with final. They got an easy one. I'm happy with that because that means Man United aren't getting finaled. Give Man United Bayern Munich, man. I want to see Man United get Bayern Munich. That's what I want to see happen. All right, what's happening next? So we've got Manchester United have come out of the pot. Okay, give Man United pot A, man. Give Manchester United pot A. They can get A, C, or D. Ooh, so they want to avoid A or C, to be honest. You obviously, Napoli ain't the end of the world, but you want to avoid Napoli and Bayern Munich, really. Give them pot A, man. Come on, give Arsenal pot A. I'm sorry, give Man United pot A. Give United pot A, man. Come on, Abidal, man. I know you want to do it. I know you want to draw pot A. Give them pot A. Come on. Sorry, give them Group A, not pot A. Give them Group A. Yeah. Man United got Bayern Munich, man. That it sucks to be you. Manchester United and Bayern Munich in the same group, man. That is funny. Hey, Man United got to hold that, man. They got to hold that. They got Bayern Munich in their group. That is crazy. Yeah, I'm afraid if you're a Manchester United fan, it's a bad time to be you. You got to hold that. Next, RB Leipzig. Right. I don't care where they go, to be honest, man. Give them... put them in Benfica's group. Why not? I've just noticed it's all been the top group. It's all been A, B, C, and D. No. Is A, B? Yeah. No. A, B, E, and F has all been drawn. It's all been the top groups. Right. Don't give them to Man City because they whooped them 7-0 last season. So avoid Group F. Avoid Group F. Don't give them Man City, man. They whooped them 7-0 last season. Don't give them Group F. Group G. Who's that? Oh, no, it is Man City. Oh, they got Man City anyway. I thought Man City were Group F. So they got Man City again, man. Man City whooped them 7-0 last season, bro. Look, the Man City, it flashed on the Man City director's face, and this Donny was nodding, bro. He knew he got an easy draw there. He avoided Real Madrid, everything. Real Madrid is still in the pot. Speaking of Real Madrid, no, it's Inter Milan. Inter Milan's a tough one. You don't want to face Inter Milan, to be honest with you guys. That's always a tough team to face. So Inter are in Group D. After that, we didn't have to draw anything. They're in Group D with Benfica, I believe. So Inter Milan will be very delighted with that one. So Real Madrid have to go into Napoli's group then. So it's basically decided, because the way it's gone with the other teams in there, they can't go into Barcelona's group. So Porto are with Barcelona and Real Madrid are with Napoli. Hey, I mean, that's some tough draws there, man. So Porto in Barcelona's group. Yeah, speed up now. Come on, man. We don't need any more time wasting. Let's speed up a little bit. Come on. Let's get on with it a little bit, guys. Come on, let's get on to pot 3 already, man. You've already wasted 25 minutes of our time with all this build-up. And finally, Real Madrid, they go into Napoli's group. So, to start, I think it's fair to say, to be honest with you guys, that Real Madrid got a tough group, I'd say, with Napoli. Manchester United obviously got a tough group with Bayern Munich. And then the other one is PSG Dortmund. And the other ones are fairly friendly, to be real with you guys. Fairly friendly. I don't think it's too tough, to be honest. I think they've done all right, to be fair. I think they've done okay. I guess I can show this. There's been so many updates. So Porto started into Group H with Barcelona before Real Madrid joined Napoli in Group C. So that is the update so far with the groups. Now we're going into pot 3. Halfway down, halfway to go. Pot 3's got Shakhtar Donetsk. They're a tough team to face. You don't want to face any of these Ukrainian teams. They've got some decent players there. FC Salzburg, obviously Haaland's old team. I wouldn't mind facing them. Austrian, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. That's not the worst team to face. AC Milan, this is a group of death right here, man. You don't want to face AC Milan. Rafael Leao cooks. So, yeah, you don't want to face them. SC Braga, that you don't mind facing them lot from Portugal, I believe. That's not a bad team to face. Next, you got PSV Eindhoven. That's a tough one as well. You don't really want to face PSV. They can always turn up in big moments. Next, you got Lazio. You don't want to face Lazio either. Basically, avoid the Italian teams because they're good, man. You want to avoid Lazio. Then Red Star Belgrade. You don't mind facing them, to be real. Obviously, you don't really want to go to that country, but the team itself, you don't really mind facing them. And finally, FC Copenhagen. That's not a bad one to face either, to be real with you guys. So, look, pot 3's obviously got a few tough teams, but for the most part, it's not the most unfriendly draw in the world. So, let's see what happens here. As an Arsenal fan, I like to see, to be real, FC Red Star Belgrade, I wouldn't mind facing them. I wouldn't mind facing Braga. I wouldn't mind facing Copenhagen. I don't really mind, to be honest. Just avoid avoid the Italian clubs, Lazio, Milan, and avoid PSV for me. All right, Joko, draw them out, my friends. Give us the verdict. All right. Come on then, pick them out, my son. Shakhtar Donetsk. That's a tough team. That's a very tough team. Don't want to face Shakhtar Donetsk. I'll take that for free. They can go to any of the groups because obviously the only Ukrainian team in the pot. So where are they rocking up, Shakhtar Donetsk? All right, come on, bro. Let's speed this up a little bit, man. This dog is so happy with himself, the guy with the glasses. I like people that like their job, man. It gives me, it fills me with joy because there's so many people that hate their job. So he's smiling away, man. He gets to pick out the teams from the pots and put them in Abidal's pot, man. He loves his job, so big up him for that. All right, they are in Group H with, who's that? Barcelona, Porto, and Shakhtar Donetsk. Okay, you know what? Barcelona have got to be very happy with that one. Very, very delighted with what's happened there. So Shakhtar Donetsk going Group H. Next team, yeah, I like this efficiency with Joe Coleman. He's ready spinning the ball to open it. Next team we've got is Red Star Belgrade. I'll take these lot. So I'm looking for pot B. Right, come on, Red Star Belgrade. I don't mind them, man. Obviously, it's a little bit of racism that goes on there, but football-wise, they're obviously not the quality of the other teams. So I don't mind Red Star. Come on, open it up, man. Come on, let's open it up, man. Let's open it up. All right, Abidal. I don't mind pot B. I'll be very happy with pot B. So I'll be very happy with Group B. Give us the Group B. B. Yep, B. G. That's Man City's, right? Oh, bro, Man City, man. Man City got Leipzig and Red Star Belgrade, bro. Death, life, taxes, and Man City getting an easy Champions League draw, man. I've never seen anything like it, bro. Oh, it's classic, man. They got Red Star Belgrade, man. Hey, look, maybe they'll injure Haaland. I don't know, man. Well, yeah, that's the easier one. All right. PSV. I'll be real, you don't want to face PSV. We faced them last year in the Europa League. Away from home, we got touched. So I don't really want to face PSV. They can only get drawn in the first 4 groups. So we got a 1 in 4 chance getting PSV right here. Give United PSV. Put them in Group A. But we got a good chance getting PSV, to be honest with you guys. The way the draw's gone. A very good chance getting PSV, to be honest. So please avoid PSV. You know, if we get PSV, at least we can't get AC Milan. That's the way I look at it. B. Okay, we get PSV. Okay, they're in Arsenal and Sevilla. We get PSV. You know what? It's not ideal. It's not. I'll be real. It's not ideal. But it's not the end of the world. There are tougher teams than PSV out there. So I can't say it's the end of the world getting PSV, to be honest with you guys. Didn't PSV actually just face the Champions League qualifying? AC Milan. All right, this is the group of death right here, man. AC Milan is the one to avoid. They can only go in Group E or F anyway. Oh. They can't even go into... Oh. They can't even go into Man United's group. I wanted to avoid AC Milan. They couldn't even go into our group. So far, we've got Sevilla and PSV. You know what, guys? It's not horrible, man. It's not horrible getting Sevilla and PSV as an Arsenal fan. I'll take that, bro. The start, if you told me we're getting Sevilla and PSV, I'm taking that. Group F. Yeah, who's that? Oh, group of death. Group of death. Paris Saint-Germain, Borussia Dortmund, and AC Milan. That is a group of death, you guys, man. Damn, I feel sorry for these lot. That's got to hurt. AC Milan. Damn, that has got to hurt, man. Milan are placing Group F. That has got to stink. FC Salzburg. Next team to be drawn out the hats. They're going to be in A, C, or D. Now, this one got ruined for me, unfortunately. They're going to be in Group D. Now, that means Lazio, because... No, could Lazio be put in Group A? Could Lazio be put in Group A, or... I'm not too sure. Who's next? D. Yep. Salzburg in Group D. So, Benfica, Inter Milan, and Salzburg. That's not a horrible group, to be fair. I think I'll be happy with that. Group of death has to be the AC Milan, Borussia Dortmund, and PSG one. That is a crazy group. And you know what? That could have been Arsenal, man. Hey, that could have been us, bro, but it weren't. All right, next we've got Lazio. Right. Lazio can only go in Group F. I mean, Group E. Right, so they're in Group E then with Feyenoord, Atletico Madrid, and Lazio there. That's fair enough. Shove them in that group. There's only 2 teams to be drawn out, and they can either go in Group A or C. And those 2, I can't remember who those 2 teams are, to be honest. Right, who are the 2 teams? Come on, man. Come on, give us a friendly. Well, give Man United a tough team. Who's that? FC Copenhagen. Oh, they stink, man. They honk. They honk, bro. Put them in Group C. I don't want to put them in Man United's group. Put them in Group C, man. I don't even know who the other team is. Who's the other team? So it's right. They're probably gonna go Man United's group, but they could be in Group C. It is in Group A, right? So they're in Man United's group. You can't complain because United did get Bayern Munich, to be fair. But Copenhagen stink. They honk, man. They absolutely honk. Who's the final team in Pot C? I couldn't even remember. They're gonna get put in Group C automatically. But who was that final team? Can't remember who that team was. SC Braga. Oh, you know, they're not even that bad of a team, you know. But they get stuck in Group C with Napoli and Real Madrid. Hey, it sucks to be them, man. It sucks to be them. And finally, we're on to Pot 4. Finally on to Pot 4. So far, we've got Bayern Munich, Manchester United, and Copenhagen in Group A. Sevilla, Arsenal, and PSV in Group B. Napoli, Real Madrid, and Braga in Group C. Benfica, Inter Milan, and Salzburg in Group D. Feyenoord, Atletico Madrid, and Lazio in Group E. And this is a group of death. Group F has got Paris Saint-Germain, Borussia Dortmund, and AC Milan. That is a group of death, man. Group G, Man City, Leipzig, and Red Star Belgrade. Easy group. And then finally, Group H, Barcelona, Porto, and Shakhtar. Move on to the final pot. Pot 4. Young boys, obviously you want to face them. They're not a tough team whatsoever. You wouldn't mind getting them one bit. Who else you got? You got Real Sociedad. You want to avoid them. They're a good team. Never want to face the Spanish team, especially at this stage of competition. Especially if they're in pot 4. Galatasaray, my Turkish team, man. I don't want to get them in Arsenal's group just because I want them to go far as well. But if we do get them, we do get them, man. Celtic, you don't really want to face Celtic. To be honest, they can always put up a tough fight, but it's not the end of the world to get Celtic. Next, you got Newcastle United. That's a tough team for anyone that's not English. That might face Newcastle. There could be a tough team to play. Union Berlin, this is their first time in the Champions League. You never know what to expect from them. Could be fireworks and thunder. Next, you got Royal Antwerp. You want to face them, to be honest. They seem like a Europa League team, to be real with you guys. And finally, you got RC Lens, I believe, is the final team. Racing Club de Lens. You don't mind facing them either. All right. Let's get into pot 4, the final pot to round up the Champions League group stage. All right, let's go, man. Come on, speed up because I got somewhere to be after this. So they got to get a move on with this one, man. All right. All right, Joko, hurry up, my friend. I see Real Sociedad, I think. I think it's Real Sociedad. It is Real Sociedad, the football. Right, where are Real Sociedad? They are going to be in Group D. Real Sociedad in Group D, people. So they are in Group D alongside Benfica. Who even is that, man? I think they're in Group D with Benfica. I can't lie. Yeah, they're in Group D with Benfica, Inter Milan, Salzburg. That's who Real Sociedad are in the group with. So, look, I think for them, it's not the toughest draw in the world. But I think Real Sociedad are a tough team, to be fair. It's good that they got out early, to be real with you guys. Not Arsenal could draw them, to be honest, because we already got Sevilla. But that is a tough team to face. I'll be completely honest with you guys. Newcastle. They are going to be in Group F. Newcastle. Oh, Newcastle got the group of death, man. Newcastle got the group of death. Paris Saint-Germain, Borussia Dortmund, and AC Milan, bro. Newcastle got the group of death, man. I'm sad for them, bro. It's their first time in the competition since 2002-03. Genuinely, it's the first. I was born in 2002. That's the first time in the competition, my whole lifetime, basically. And it got put in the group of death. Damn, that's got to hurt for Newcastle United. Damn, that's got to hurt a lot. They're with PSG, Borussia Dortmund, and Sevilla. Damn, nice. That's tough. Tough time to be a Newcastle United fan, man. In the Champions League, at least. In the league, you might do all right, but I can't see you progressing from that group. I can't even see you getting Europa League football after that. You might bounce straight out, which is really sad, to be fair, because you don't, like, they could have got, obviously, pot 4, you're with the gods at that point, because you, like, only God, it's in God's hands, really, like, what group you're going to get. Because in group pot 4, you know you're the least chance of getting an easy group, because you're in pot 4, right? All right. Next, Turkish champions Galatasaray are plucked out next. They will make up Group A. Big up Galatasaray in Group A. They are going to go into Manchester United's group. I love that. I can't wait for them to hopefully beat Manchester United, man. That's my Turkish team. So big up the Galatasaray. I hope and pray that they do bits in that group, man. Obviously, I don't expect them to go through. I expect Bayern Munich and Manchester United to go through. But you know what? They've got Wilfried Zaha. They've got Icardi. Galatasaray cooking, man. So who knows? That's a tough draw. Trust me, you don't want to get Galatasaray. You don't want to get any Turkish team, man. Them will always fight tooth and nail for every single point. I'll tell you that for an absolute fact, man. You never want to face the Turkish teams at any point in the Champions League. All right. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it stepping. Next team is Oh, no, it's still taking some time to go through. Yeah, still. Can't lie that the efficiency needs to be improved with UEFA. I feel like every season it gets worse and worse, the efficiency. I need to see it improve, man. Next, Union Berlin are in Group C. That's refreshed there. Union Berlin in Group C with Napoli, Real Madrid, and Braga. It's not the toughest group in the world. Sorry, it's a tough group for Union Berlin. It's not the toughest group in the world for Real Madrid. I think they'll take that, to be fair. Obviously, Napoli's not an easy team, but you're going to face at least one tough team, to be honest. They've now got Braga and Union Berlin as well. For Arsenal, we've got two hard teams. We haven't got a tough team, but we've got two hard teams. As I said, PSV and Sevilla are two decent teams, but neither, let's be real, is world beaters that are expected to win the Champions League. That's not really how it's going to work. All right, I believe is that 4 down, 4 to go? Yep, 4 down, 4 to go. Who's next out the pot, Joko? Next, we have Young Boys. This is the team I want, bro. This is the team I want. Oh, they can't even get us. We can't even get Young Boys. Why? Why can't we get Young Boys? Why can't we get Young Boys, man? Young Boys in Group G, man. Look at Young Boys, man. Look at Man City right here. This is what I'm talking about when I say Man City. Not only are they breaching FFP, they're rigging the draws as well, guys. Look at this group for Man City right here, man. This is actually unbelievable. Let me find this Man City group because this is actually criminal what they've got. Man City's group right now, yeah, is Man City, RB Leipzig, Red Star Belgrade, and Young Boys. What an easy group, man. That is the easiest group of all time. I also get Lens, by the way. I'll take that. I'll take Lens. Lens in Group B. I'll take that, man. But yeah, Man City got a piss easy group again. Lens in France as well, so it's not even that far away. They're around the corner. Celtic are in Group E. I think we'll take that, to be fair. Look, Sevilla, PSV, and Lens. Right there, you've got 3 okay teams, like decent teams. But none of those teams are really like a Real Madrid or a PSG or Bayern Munich or Man City. Do you get what I mean? Obviously, Arsenal can't draw Man City because it's the group stages. But I think we've done all right there, to be fair, from Arsenal. Now, Celtic get Group E. They're alongside, who's in Group E? Is it Feyenoord, Atletico Madrid, Lazio, and Celtic? You know, that's not the worst group in the world. You avoided a big pot A team. Guys, I'll be wrong. I'm happy with the draw. I'm happy with the draw. Definitely. I'll take it for an absolute fact, man. Group E. And Antwerp are last side to be drawn out, and they're going to Group H. So, guys, the full Champions League draw to round off this video. Bayern Munich, Manchester United, Copenhagen, and Galatasaray Group A. That's a tough group. Group B's got Sevilla, Arsenal, PSV, and Lens. I'll take that for an absolute fact. Group C's got Napoli, Real Madrid, Braga, and Union Berlin. Group D's got Benfica, Inter Milan, Salzburg, and Real Sociedad. That's a good group. That's 4 really decent sides. Oh, they just removed it from the. They just removed it from my phone. The live updates was there, but they just removed it. I was going through the groups, but they just removed the groups I was going to go through. So that's a bit interesting. But yeah. And then Group E is Feyenoord, Atletico Madrid, Lazio, and Celtic. That's another decent group. Group G, Man City once again got super lucky, man. Man City, Leipzig, Red Star Belgrade, and Young Boys. That is the easiest group you could ever ask for in your life. Man City once again, dodging FFP, and obviously busting case as well, the groups as well. And then Group F, this is the group of death. PSG, Dortmund, Milan, and Newcastle. What a tough group, man. That is tough. And then finally, Group H, Barcelona, Porto, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Royal Antwerp. So Barcelona got very happy with their group as well. Arsenal should waltz through their group. Appreciate joining the stream, by the way, Jeff. Yeah, I agree, to be fair, man. We should get through that group, to be honest with you. It's 4 decent teams, but we are the best team out of all those for an absolute fact. I think the toughest group is Group F. I feel so sorry for Newcastle. Manchester United also got a fairly tough group as well, but let's be real. It's Bayern Munich's a tough team, but they should beat the other teams in their group. But yeah, that has been the Champions League draw. I need to head off. I'm already late as it is. I appreciate everyone that's tuned in. I will be live streaming Champions League match reactions this season, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys all for tuning in. Hope to catch you all in my next one. Take care.